what's going on in Blacksburg. Your national champion takes an Olympic redshirt year, and you replace him with a 3-time All-American. That's just good recruiting and good strength in Blacksburg. So we got Joey Vegas. That's what they call him at UNC, Joey Mazzara.
They usually hear Bishop Gorman. You hear that as part of their resume, you automatically go to football. That has been a high school that has produced a lot of football talent through the years. But in this case, for Joey Mazzara of North Carolina, it's wrestling. And he, too, has had to take one for the team, if you will. He's wrestling probably at a higher weight class than he envisioned when he arrived in Chapel Hill. Done a nice job this year for the Tar Heels, matched up against Michael Batista from Virginia.
Batista at the beginning of the year wasn't in the lineup. Coach Garland had to make some changes, and he was thrust into the lineup and has performed strongly for Virginia at 184.
Yeah, it looked like at the start of the year, the Cavaliers were going to go with Tyler Love. In fact, that was their guy. And then, as you mentioned, he got injured. In steps Batista, who plays 5th at the Keystone Classic. And then really, since the injury to Love, he's been their main weapon at 184.
We're going to see Jay Aiello at 197. But I tell you what, last year, Tyler Love was a heavyweight. And then he couldn't beat out Aiello for 197, so he decided to go down to 84 just for the strength of a team. So while you see wrestling is an individual sport, there's lots of team elements, and going from heavyweight to 184 was a big commitment by Tyler Love.
We were expecting a pretty good showing from Garland's Cavaliers this year. He was not happy with his team's performance at all, and he did not keep it a secret last year. He was very vocal about his team's performance at these ACCs. In fact, it really changed how he approached the offseason. He really pushed them, put them in some tough situations throughout the training months, using last year's experience really as a motivational tool.
One of the things that they have as a philosophy at Virginia is to compete in such a way. And at last year's ACC championship, Coach Garland was not the least bit happy of how his team competed. And as a result, they had a different regimen in their offseason and their preseason, and they want to compete. And last year, clearly, Coach Garland was not pleased with how they competed.
You look at Steve Garland, what he's been able to do. Ironically, the last time Virginia won an ACC title was the last time they were in Pitt, hosted by the Panthers, these ACC championships. But what makes him such a good coach? I mean, obviously he's a communicator, but he has been able to build some outstanding relationships throughout the years that have produced results for the Cavaliers, not just at the ACC stage, but the NCAAs as well.
Good snatch thing about Batista, and right now it's just going to be a fight. Joey Mazzara is going to try and keep a whizzer, but yet he's fighting, and Batista gets the takedown. He had a good snatch single. As soon as he got out from bottom, snatch single, and he just stayed on the leg. There's going to be lots of fighting in college wrestling, but you got to stay committed to the leg. But what you said about Coach Garland is, as a matter of fact, an excellent communicator, but he's also a person that truly believes in his team. And a lot of coaches say that, but this guy's committed to not just how his team competes on the mat, but also outside of the mat. You know, personal challenges that, teenagers and young adults have, he's there with them. He wants to make sure that the experience at Virginia is not all about wrestling, but it's becoming a better individual. And he is a person that is committed to the welfare of his college wrestlers. Good level changes by Joey Mazzara. Sean only had one real true commitment, and that was the takedown that Batista had. And there's another one.
Stall call hit as well on Mazzara just as Batista launched. He'll get the 2. Now let's see if he can ride out the final few seconds of this first period. Couple of shots result in a couple of takedowns for Batista and a Cavalier lead.
He got the single, chased the leg, and got the double for the first takedown early in the second period. And then at the end of the second period, little sweep single. Got behind him and ended the match on top. Ended the period on top. Heard the other whistle.
So that will not be a caution. Inadvertent whistle coming from the mat, which is lined up adjacent, the 2-mat format of these ACCs. Quick stand up by Mazzara. He needs to get something going for the Tar Heels. Trailing 5-2, is not taking a lot of shots through the first couple of periods.
And Mazzara has a stall call against him.
Mazzara, a double weight bump up after starting his career at 165. UNC with a couple of guys who bumped up a couple of weight classes. AC Headley, another. He's had a little bit more success. Here's another shot. Batista, for the third time, is in.
And what Batista has done is gone towards the ankle and worked his way up. So, he's going to take down, reach out for the second ankle. And Batista's wrestling well.
Batista is a homegrown product in the state of Virginia. Broad Run High School, won a couple of state champions. Class 5A, part of that prestigious worldwide wrestling team that finished top 8 at the national duels. And a wealth of wrestling experience upon his arrival in Charlottesville. Garland and the Paulsons, well aware of his accolades coming up, and they were able to keep some talent in state with Michael Batista. In control, inside a minute to go in this third period.
Across the board, it's pretty important to keep your in-state talent, because many times when individuals grow up, they see the school that's in their state as almost a nice headlock attempt by Mazzara. You got to go for it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good try, and that's knowing the situation. You need the big move. You know you're running out of time. Why not go for it?
At last year's ACC championship, Jake Keating at 157 was up by 12, and he got headlocked by Ben Anderson. And he lost the match, and Ben Anderson earned his way to the NCAAs. So I believe that's a 165. Good solid match by Batista. What does he get? He gets to go against the #1 wrestler in the nation, Hunter Boland.
184 with the top 2 wrestlers of the NCAAs from the ACC. Hunter Boland, Trent Hidley, 1.